Hello, can I help you?
Hello, who am I speaking to?
I'm sorry, you've just called me on an unknown number and you've asked me who am I speaking to?
Sorry, it's Roberta from Hertfordshire Police. I was just talking to...
Right,
I didn't get your
okay.
name.
Okay, it's Minister Emoven here. How can I help you?
Okay, so I'm just calling you back. Obviously, I'm a bit confused as to... You said that one of your ministers has been taken to custody.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we can't give out any information of anyone who's in custody due to data protection. So I need to just take more details from you, really.
You're going to talk to me about data protection when you forced somebody to commit...
Would you like me to take a complaint from you?
I
can't give you any information over the phone, so all I can offer you is I can take a complaint for you, we can pass it to the sergeant and they can make contact with you. But I wouldn't be able to release any information over the phone about anyone who is or isn't in custody.
So you've abducted somebody, you've got them there, you're holding them to ransom, and now you want to talk about data protection with me. I'm Minister Emoven of Universal Law Community Trust.
From Universal Law, sorry?
Law, L-A-W.
Yeah, Law Community Trust.
Yes.
Right, okay, where's that based?
It's universal.
Right, okay. So you're based everywhere?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so I need to take some details from you. I'm a bit confused. I can't give you any information over the phone. I can take down details and pass it to someone to make contact with you.
So what I want to know really is who has given the order or executed the order. I want the names or the legal fictions rather and the identification numbers of the parties who have forced commercial intercourse as a property today.
So commercial intercourse?
Yes.
Right, what does that mean, sorry?
It means forced commercial intercourse, interaction. There was a commercial activity intercoursing with the secured party creditors of your company.
I don't really understand what all that means.
Okay, so you understand about mortgages. You've got a mortgage?
No, I don't.
Okay, do you know how mortgages work or loans?
Right, yeah, well, I have a sort of understanding.
Well, okay, well, otherwise you're just going to keep saying I don't understand, so I'm going to help you comprehend what it is that I'm saying, and then hopefully we can go from there, okay?
Alright, I don't need to patronise.
I'm not patronising you, I'm trying to help you. I'm sorry that you feel patronised, it wasn't my intent. I am not responsible for the way that you perceive what it is that I'm saying to you. That's your responsibility.
Right, whereabouts was this person supposedly arrested?
Well, this party that I'm calling about, Minister Emoven, was at a restoration of rights property in your district, in your supposed jurisdiction.
Yeah, whereabouts? Do you know which town?
I'm not prepared to disclose that town.
We won't be able to find out. If you don't give me the information, we can't find out whether they've been...
Okay, well, due to data protection and the non-disclosure, I can't disclose that information to you.
Okay, well then we won't be able to get anywhere, will we?
Okay, well, all you need to do is check to see, which is what I've asked, that party, Minister Emoven, is or is not there. You can tell me if he is or is not there.
I can't tell you that.
Well, okay. You've said that you can't tell me that, and we're just going around in circles. You're telling me that you can't understand what it is that I'm saying, so I'm trying to help you to comprehend. Then you're getting patronised, and so can we start from the beginning, where do you understand that if you have a loan and there is a secured party supposedly lending you the money and you don't pay it back, then you could take the collateral as the secured party. Do you understand that?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay, if you're the bank, for example, and you've lent somebody money, or implied that you've lent them some money, and they don't pay the bank back, the bank can go and take the asset as collateral.
Right, okay, yeah.
Right, okay, you get that.
Yes, I understand that.
Okay, it's what's happened there at that property is exactly the same as what I've just explained to you there. So Her Majesty's government had a rather large debt of 10 quadrillion slave tokens, which are pounds of your energy.
10, how much did you say?
10 quadrillion.
10 quadrillion?
Yes, that was built up over 5 years through agencies entering into commercial intercourse That means contracting with us and accepting our Schedule A, Section 1 of our Schedule A.
Right, what's Schedule A?
It's publicly noted what Schedule A is, and I'll leave you to find that out. You already have been served with one, but probably your chief inspector hasn't passed it down to you, because if you knew what it was that had gone on regarding Universal Law Community Trust becoming secured party creditors, you would no longer be continuing to force commercial intercourse upon people and call it law, because it's not. It's legal. And legal is not lawful if you are required to break the law in order for legal to initiate. Now, your officers, agents, people intercoursing with private people have forced commercial intercourse today and assaulted a Minister Emoven, who was restoring the rights to the secured party creditors. Now, none of that was taken into consideration, and instead a false claim was laid by your agents, implying and presuming, which has no standing under the law, that this Minister Emoven was about to drive a conveyance, a commercial vehicle, and that was not the case. A third party who was on the telephone at the time was witness to an assault where the Minister Emoven was shouting that he was bleeding, a lot of banging and crashing in the background, and then silence. The witness then went to see what had been going on, and she was arrested too, while the conveyance was stolen and then de-arrested afterwards, even though she told the officer agent who was there that the conveyance was a vehicle because it had commercial plates on it and there was commercial insurance. He said no, there wasn't, and then he went to check. So at what point is it that we check before we lay a claim against somebody? And then lay a further false claim on the third party for breach of the peace. Well, there was no peace had there today. As your secured party creditors, we have not assigned our consent to any agent of your private company to act on our behalf regarding any collateral that has been accepted in a debt equity swap that has been confirmed at company's house. So I'm very, very serious about the conditions that you just set as a standard. All parties now who are deemed to be debtors can now go and lay a claim against their creditors. So you've just opened the gates of hell in commercial jurisdiction. And I want to thank you, first of all, for that. The secured party creditor filing clearly states that it is for quietening the presumption that capitalism can be committed upon the rights of the people. So you've just wonderfully exemplified yourself as to why the people in your community have assigned their consent to another jurisdiction, which is universal law, ministered by people they can trust. So I'd like you to pass that down the line, because obviously you're only doing what you're doing because you think that you've got a load of debt and a load of bills to pay yourself, which you haven't, because all of those were discharged on the 25th of February 2020, and that's why you've all been infected with coronavirus in the mind, so that they can launder your belief once more, because they lost the jurisdiction of all of it. So you've just set a precedence now that secured party creditor status has no standing. So every company that was ever in existence or implied to be so, through its secured party creditor status being implied, you've now just destroyed it.
Me personally?
No, you weren't there, were you? Were you there?
Okay.
But you are upholding it. You are upholding the breaking of the law. And okay, if you didn't know that you were doing it, but now you do. And now you know that there is a way for you to operate within your life where you don't need to do that anymore. And so you have a choice.
All right. Anything else at all? I've noted what you said down, most of it. You haven't given me any details about where.
No, but it's recorded. The phone call's recorded, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I won't insult your intelligence, so please don't insult mine. Now, what are we going to do? Taking all that into consideration, would it not be
What I'll do is,
the right thing?
You've asked about somebody who might be in custody. I've said, can't give any details over. I've lost what you've told me. So I'll pass it over for,
Okay, but based on what I've just explained to you there now, and you said that you understood the beginning of it.
You're talking to them. You're saying a lot of things to me. I'm not 100% sure what exactly it is about.
It's about restoration of rights to the people, and that includes you.
About why we might have coronavirus, but I don't know if you're talking to the right person or not.
I'm talking to you because at the moment you're the party connecting commercially with me.
What does that mean?
It means you're the portal. You're the. You're,
the police, you mean?
Yes, you're the police portal, aren't you? And you're working there for them, and so you're under contract with them. So you have an obligation of performance, but you are actually supporting and operating a terrorist system because it breaks the law, and that's.
All right, I'm going to have to clear the line now, okay? Because we have got emergency life and death calls coming in.
Not on this number, you haven't, have you? They would call 999.